You are now tuned in to the Titans Colosseum podcast.
Clash of helmets, guys are screaming. Iron fist, the turf is bleeding. No mercy, no retreating. Battle lines, the fire's feeding. Titans rise, Titans roar. Bang the shield, hit the floor. Titans rise, Titans roar. This is war, this is war. This is war. Stadium shakes, thunder rolling. Hearts ignite, the game unfolding. Echoes loud, the fight is calling. Titans stand, never falling. Victory's name carved in stone. This is our house, this is our throne. Titans rise, Titans roar. Bang the shield, hit the floor. Titans rise, Titans roar. This is war, this is war. This is war.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Titans Colosseum podcast. I know I've been away all season. We covered, the first couple weeks of the season and then just disappeared. And there's a reason for that. There was a lot of stuff going on, but minus on that, this just was a horrible team this year that was just unbearable to watch, let alone cover. Like, to come on here week after week to talk about this team and just talk about how bad they were and how sucky they were and why we needed to fire Brian Callahan and all that shit just got redundant and repetitive. And I wasn't going to keep coming on here week after week just talking about, we suck. We all know. I mean, it was easy to see how bad the team just falling apart, losing motivation, trading assets away, trading corners away, not getting draft capital back, talking about we want to draft players, develop players, and retain players, yet we're still here trading away players on rookie contracts, so that I don't believe you in the retain. It was just a hard season to watch, let alone as a fan. To come on here week after week and to talk to y'all and have group therapy session and talk about how bad we suck. There's plenty of content creators out there and radio show hosts to tell y'all how bad we suck. You didn't even need us. You had your own two eyes. You could see as clear as day how bad we sucked. You didn't need another voice out here echoing that same energy and just coming every week beating down on the Titans, because I had nothing positive to say this season. Still don't. This season, this team is beyond dysfunctional, beyond disgraceful, beyond pathetic. Now, I'm not talking about them individually or personally or their efforts. I'm just talking about as a whole and a product that has been shown as a whole franchise the past, at least, let's just say 3 years. We can go back further than that, but at least the past 3 years. This team has been disgraceful, bottom of the barrel, laughingstock, incompetency, constantly showing that you don't know what the fuck you're doing. So yeah, I was away for a little bit because it was getting tiring just to watch the fucking team and support it from the couch, let alone to come on here and exhaust energy to tell y'all how fucking sorry this team was and is and still continues to be, and trying to sugarcoat it. They just gonna, and this offseason probably gonna be the same. They're just gonna try to put some more icing over this shit cake that they keep serving us as Tennessee Titans fans year after year. 3 years in a row we're AFC South last. 3. No division wins. This is pathetic. This is the worst Titans teams hand down. I know some people keep saying, no, this is one of the worst. No, it is the worst Titans team, hands down, I've seen. I have been a fan all my 36 years of life. I have been a fan since the Oilers days. I transitioned over with them to the Tennessee Titans and still was a fan. Worst team. This was disgraceful to watch this. So it was hard to come on here and just talk to y'all and tell y'all, hey, man, look, it sucked. And try to sell y'all on some hope that's not there. I definitely wasn't going to come here and sugarcoat some shit and tell y'all, like, well, we can't. Well, if we just did this or we executed, the coaching staff wasn't it. They was not able to execute or make changes to do whatever we want. We fired Brian Callahan early into the season, which we should have done in the offseason anyway. Gonna get a new GM, new quarterback. Might as well get a new coach as well. Like, all that shit, just that's what you're supposed to do. So, fire him. But then we even put the coach at an interim that's more passive than him. That's talking about, I didn't like passing because of, in a game because of the wind of that way. And I didn't want to kick because of a kick field goal because how the wind was. And I don't know what a catch is in. So much dumb fuckery shit we had to deal with this team this year. So much dumb fuckery. I don't know how y'all I don't know how y'all get jobs after this. There's some good coaches here. But Brian Callahan, not knowing what a catch is, bro, you got a lot of explaining to do. You got to go back to position coach. I don't even know why you would go back to offensive coordinator for somebody. I know Zach Taylor's needing help over there at the Bengals, but saying that, I don't even know how I can put you at coordinator. I got to put you back down at position coach. You clearly got to go learn some more shit before I elevate you again. You clearly got a lot of shit to go fucking learn. This interim coach, Mike McCoy, has just been horrible. Horrible. No development, no change, no trading. I know there towards the end of the year, like everybody's like, well, we started getting better. We started progressing. Some changes are going. I am not giving it to Mike McCoy. We listened to that man talking to the pressers. You know this man is not making changes. Jeffrey Simmons was having to stop practices. Tell J.C. Latham run him more. Players started to have to step up. Arden Key make an announcement over team playing. Jeffrey Simmons in the locker room telling reporters, I don't know who the next coach is, but he needs to be a leader. He needs to come and set a tone. You didn't praise the interim head coach, talking about how, maybe he needs to be it. No, you directly said whoever the next guy is needs to be a leader, letting you know this guy ain't it. I don't know how more blatantly you can ask a player to say, hey, this is not the coach we need. This guy ain't cutting it. Without him blatantly say, hey, this guy ain't it. He ain't cutting it. Then Jeffrey Simmons saying, hey, I don't know whoever the next head coach is going to be, but he needs to be a leader. Not one of these players has campaigned for McCoy to get the fucking job and keep the job. Not one. It's time that we actually got a coach that knows what the fuck they're doing. Clearly knows what the fuck they're doing. And Miss Amy got to step the fuck back. You got to sit there and realize you're meddling, your emotions, your feelings is what got us in this fucking place. You can feel however you feel about Vrabel, but you see what he's doing. He's clearly a good coach. Maybe he need to move on from us for us to have his success that he's doing, and maybe we'll have it. But a learning moment in those very short window for you, Miss Amy, is to realize what the fuck you did that allowed you to trade A.J. Brown, fire Mike Vrabel, and not trade Derrick Henry just so he could say goodbye to the fans. Like, there has to be an emotional thing here that has to fucking stop. And we got to get to business and running this as an actual business of players and people who are competent at their job, not people we like working with because they're cool. That was the whole Brian Callahan experiment, right? We want people in here that enjoy showing up to work every day with each other. How was it showing up to work with each other every day after losing all the time? How did that go? How did that fucking feel? Did it feel great knowing that we're losing? We suck. But at least I show up to the building with people I like working with, even though we're incompetent. What we're working towards, we can't accomplish. But man, it sure is fun working with those guys. Get the fuck out of here. This is the bullshit. And I called it out a long time ago when Amy was saying this shit. We want everybody to work together. We want to be a happy family and everybody kumbaya and everybody comes together and makes a fucking decision and we're all going to be all chiefs, all chefs in the kitchen and no cooks and we're all going to tell each other what needs to get done and it's going to get done by who? Everybody got to be unanimous. Everybody got to make a decision. Everybody got to sign on everything. No. That's how shit don't get done properly. Look at us. You need one guy or one woman, whoever the fuck it is, one person in charge of the operation say, hey, this is the way it's going to be. This is the vision. This is the identity of the team. This is how it's going to be moving forward. Either get in line and help us achieve that, or you see that door? That door? You can leave your pass by it and walk the fuck out and get out now. Because we ain't got time for this sugarcoat buddy. Oh, but we're trying. No, fuck that. We've been trying for too fucking long. We're sick of it. The new stadium is coming and fans have paid thousands of dollars to go sit in a stadium to watch a dumpster fire of an organization still not give a fuck. Still not perform to NFL competent level. This team is a fucking disaster. I don't know how you're going to turn this around. It definitely ain't going to happen in 1 year. Everybody's talking about, maybe we'll get a coach, we'll get that turnaround, go 1 year from last to first and all that. No, that ain't going to happen. That's not going to happen for this organization. It can happen in the NFL. Yes. I'm not saying this is not going to happen. No, it can happen. It's not impossible. Is this franchise going to do it? I fucking doubt it. Fucking doubt it. We haven't shown competency outside of the Vrabel short window. We haven't shown no competency for this team since Amy has become owner of this team, except for the short window of Mike Vrabel's success. That's it. Malarkey 1 year playoff, then Vrabel a few years playoffs, then fall off. A bunch of emotional decisions fall off. John Robinson lied to me, told me some things about the contract. We're going to get AJ out of here. Oh, that wasn't true. Vrabel said some things at the Patriots Hall of Fame thing. I didn't take too kindly of that. Fired. I really like Derrick Henry. I don't want to trade him away, even though this trade's pretty good and probably going to set us up in the future, and he's going to walk away anyway. I want him to go ahead and finish out the season and say goodbye to the fans. It's emotional. We got to do what's in the best interest of this team for the future, not just right now, what makes me feel good about the team. And then 6 weeks later, I realize that it's a fucking mistake. Got to think this shit through. What's in the best interest for this team moving forward? These other teams out here are playing chess and y'all are out here playing checkers. All these other teams are thinking 3, 4, 5, 6 head moves ahead, and y'all are still thinking, oh, I can jump that one. Ooh, I can jump that one. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. While these other motherfuckers are just setting you up and you falling right into the dumbass traps. Constantly being a laughingstock. Constantly showing that you're incompetent. Constantly showing that you don't know what the fuck you're doing. And constantly hiding in the shadows behind everybody else while you make the poor decisions. Whatever coach you get in here, you need to step the fuck back to say, hey, Mike, we changed the GM structure for the 3rd year in a fucking row. We're changing the structure of our GM and our front office more than motherfuckers are changing their deck patio furniture. But Mike, you got it now. You run the operations. Brinker, you gonna make sure salary, fields all taken care of, stadiums, all that taken care of. Okay, Chad, you take care of that. Mike, you take care of the team. Mike, find the coach. Coach, you develop the team and the roster. Get them ready to play every week. Miss Amy, step the fuck back. Shut the fuck up. And make sure that the business is running like a business. Because you've had your hands in this shit too much and you clearly need to pull off. And this ain't a woman thing. This ain't none of that. It's just that you don't know what the fuck you're doing. I say the same shit about Jerry Jones. He needs to step the fuck back, shut the fuck up, and let football people be football people. There's some owners that don't know what the fuck they're doing and they're too fucking involved. And I think Miss Amy and Jerry Jones are two of them. There's more. We can name some more. But right now we talking Titans. So I do believe Miss Amy needs to step the fuck back, shut the fuck up, and let football people handle football situations. You might know how to run business. You might know how to run businesses successfully. But football is a little different than business. When we have issues in business, we throw money at it. We hire people that's at the top or says at the top. We throw them more money. We throw money at it and it fixes eventually. We fix the problem. We finally find it. Football's not that. You can't constantly keep throwing money at it and think you're fixing the problem. Because you're constantly never having a foundation. We don't even have an identity this year. Who the fuck was the Tennessee Titans in 2025? Besides a pushover? A team that most teams barely even study for and still was like, yeah, we can beat them. Like this year was horrible. So I'm saying you need to, if you trust Chad and you trust Mike, trust them. Stop micromanaging, looking over their shoulder, backseat driving the fucking franchise. Let them fucking run it. Let them make the football decisions. And then if it's wrong, okay, you're wrong. But I'll tell you what we know for a fact. You have been involved since J-Rob and shit is not getting better. So maybe step the fuck back. All right. The fan base, we have to sit here and hold strong. I seen this fair weather shit too much this season. And this podcast, we're going to start calling some shit out. I might not be your favorite. I might piss y'all off. I'm pretty sure I'm going to piss a lot of people off with how we're about to change and move with how this podcast is moving forward because I'm sick of this. I've been a fan of this team my entire life, 36 years. I'm tired of sugarcoating. I'm tired of baby feeding, bottle feeding motherfuckers how the fucking Titans should be and how you're just sitting here constantly supporting the fucking negligence of this team. How you're constantly embracing it to do the same thing. The fan base is just as emotional as Miss Amy is at times. 1 week, this guy sucks. He's not a good player. We need to get him off the team. The next week, he does some good stuff. Okay, maybe he is good. He's out there balling. I see you. That's my dude. We got it. Stay on lock. The next week, does somewhat bad again. See, told you. He ain't never been shit. That motherfucker flop. Get him off the fucking team. Next week, does somewhat good. Okay, I see you, bro. That's all right. That's why you don't give up on people. Y'all are all over the fucking place. All over. Like, do you understand not every game is going to be the player's best game? They're going to have some bad games. They're going to have some matchups where they aren't the best in that matchup. They're going to come across some defensive or offensive coordinators that know how to strategize them out the fucking game. And you realize that just because a player has a few bad games or a bad rookie year doesn't mean that they're a fucking flop. Takes time, consistency. It takes stacking up a resume of time. Unless it is a blunder of a fuck up real quick, like Nathan Peterman fuck up, that you like, yeah, that dude ain't it. You got to understand that there's a learning curve. And your student is only as good as the teacher. So how can you expect some of your players to be getting better and to be improving and to be developing in the right way when you don't even have a good enough fucking teacher? How many times did we hear Brian Callahan talk about, I don't know what needs to be fixed, but we got to figure it out. Whatever it looks like, we have to figure it out and figure out what that problem is and fix it. I don't know what the problem is, but we got to figure it out. And I don't know how we fix it, but we got to figure that out and we got to fix it. How do you expect players to develop under that? Hey, coach, all right, I was getting beat on this technique. What do we need to do? I don't know. All right, last game, coach, hey, the team did this, blah, blah to us. We're going to go, what we going to go into the game plan? I don't know, but we can't do last week again. Okay, cool. So what are we going to do this week? I don't know, but we can't do last week again. Like, I was so sick and tired of it. It was a lazier answer of Vrabel's. Coaches got to coach better, players got to play better. So it's like, I don't know what needs to happen, but something needs to happen. Dude, you're the fucking head of the team. You're the guy that got to know how shit needs to happen. I ain't never heard them ask Andy Reid, hey, the team did this. Yeah, well, we need to go out there. We need to execute. We need to get our tight ends open a little bit better. We need to, make sure we're blocking and flanking to a certain side. We need to make sure that we're getting our skill play. He knows what the fuck it is that needs to happen. Like, he will tell you. He's not going to be like, I don't know, but we got to figure it out. He's going to tell you. But, we didn't scheme enough for Travis Kelce this game, this and that and that. He will break in and go to. You got to have a guy that knows what the fuck he's doing. Not just in an interview setting. Not just in an interview setting where he knows how to answer all your questions right. This dude got to know fucking football. And whatever your fucking interview questions was for Brian Callahan, throw them motherfuckers out the window. Because y'all didn't even check to see if this motherfucker knew what a catch was. Do your due diligence. Not just find somebody you like. Find somebody that knows what the fuck they're actually doing. Knows what they're actually fucking talking about. Like, I know everybody keeps making fun of the Colts owner. Oh, she was on the sideline, was doing great. Then they did bad, and they all like, see, how well was that? At least she's on the sideline and knows who's at fucking fault right now. Yes. Did their season fall apart and go to shambles? Yes, absolutely. But I bet you she knows exactly who's the fault for it. I bet you in that notebook she knows, she got the answer for who's at fault. And I'm not saying Miss Amy needs to do that, because I said step fuck back. But just because you see somebody doing something and it starts to not work for a little bit, doesn't mean that's the reason why. And Titans fans, y'all crumble onto that too many times, on too much things. Do you really think her on the sideline is why they fell apart? That system wasn't working? Or do you think it was all the injuries and trading Sauce Gardner away? And then the QB rotation that they had that going on? Okay, I know, like, we like to bust balls and talk some sports shit here, but we got to start learning from some other teams and start holding our owner and our franchise accountable to be like, hey, y'all need to start doing some shit rather than us being so delusional of what the fuck is going on here that we just go and we mess with other fans all the time. That's fine. Keep doing that. But we also got to have pressure here on Miss Amy. We got to keep pressure on this franchise. We got to stop giving them passes. I heard some fans towards the end of the season like, Mike McCoy's really coached better towards the end of the year. He should probably have an interview and maybe be the coach. No, the fuck he shouldn't. Why? Because they started maybe playing better towards the end of the year when they started playing some games that didn't have playoff hopes and a bunch of players start playing because they know free agency is coming up, so I want to look better on film. And like, there's so many reasons towards the end of it. And none of them equal Mike McCoy should get the head coaching job or even a fucking interview. Not even none of the players have said that. This Matt Nagy shit, I pray to God we don't get Matt Nagy. And people talking about, well, coach of the year, he's been with the team and won Super Bowl. Yeah, they also won him without him too. He ain't been that impactful. And we've seen this shit before play out with them. His play calling wasn't the greatest. Yes, there was some issues that he had there in Chicago of other stuff and talent and players. Whatever. I still don't want another guy that doesn't call the plays. Andy Reid still be calling plays for the last time I checked. And even when he came back, when Matt Nagy came back, they put him back as a position coach. He didn't even automatically come back as an OC. I just don't want Matt Nagy. I think Matt Nagy is good where he's at in Kansas City. I don't think Matt Nagy is a head coach. Not yet. Definitely not for us. We don't need a head coach that's figuring it out. That's not what we need. Dysfunctional franchises don't need a guy that, okay, I did some wrong things, but now I'm going to come back and I'm going to figure that out. We don't really need that. We need a guy that's actually figured it out. that actually does know. That's been in the system. And I know you're like, well, he's been in the Chiefs. But we've seen Matt Nagy. He's not that involved with the Chiefs. I do not want Matt Nagy. I do not. I want us to find us a competent coach. If we go Mike McCarthy, I'm not going to be upset at that. I'm really not. And in the future episodes, we're going to dive a little bit more into it. But you got to get you a coach that has a backbone, that knows what the fuck it takes. Not even just on the field, but as a structure-wise, as what the team needs to be, how the coaches need to be, how the coaches' daily routines need to be. You got to know this structure. You got to know what is going on. Mike Vrabel we hired, never been a head coach before. Brian Callahan we hired, never been a head coach before. I know Matt Nagy's been a head coach before. I just don't want, I don't. Yo, we can debate this and you can be right on it. I personally do not want Matt Nagy. I just don't. I don't like his coaching resume. I just don't want it. This franchise, in this coaching search, I know a lot of people like, I want offensive minded, I want defensive minded. To me, it doesn't necessarily matter to that. What you need is a bona fide leader. Vrabel was a leader, but Vrabel was also rough around the edges for a lot of things. So yes, you got to find a median. You got to find that leader, and leader don't always mean hard, tough-nosed guy all the time like Vrabel was. You also got to know when to deliver the messages just right. Andy Reid's a perfect example of that. Andy Reid will sit there and get in your ass and tell you all about how you fucked up or what the fuck you're going to be. But he also knows how to soften that tone and soften that message when you need to at certain times. He knows when he needs to yell at a player, when he doesn't need to yell at a player. And I know Andy Reid's a great head coach and a Hall of Famer, and we're comparing him to something great. He ain't got to be Andy Reid exactly, but he has to be a leader like Andy. You got to know when to be tough. You got to know when to be soft. You got to know when to be an emotional and touch to a player's soul, and when you got to be bluntly and handle those hard, difficult situations of cutting players, letting them go, but also building relationships. Like, you got to be both ends of the sword. And we need a coach that can be that. We need a coach that knows what it takes for a team to win. Everybody's talking about Super Bowl and playoff. We first got to get a coach in here that knows how to build a winning structure. We got to get a coach in here that knows how to build an identity of what this team is going to be moving forward. Because I don't know what this identity is. Do you? I don't even know what we're going to try it to be. We got to get so much talent around us. We're going to cover that in the future of the podcast episodes as well. We're going to go into these prospects a little more. Position by position, top 10s. But this franchise, what we need in this hiring process, because Senior Bowl's coming up and all that, I'm pretty sure they're going to want to get on this head coaching search quick. But we need a leader. We need somebody competent. We need somebody that knows what the fuck they're doing and is comfortable and confident in their own skin. Gotta have it. Be a hard ass when you need to be a hard ass. Be understanding when you know to be understanding. And first and foremost, always be accountable and know how to fucking fix the solutions. Come in that interview process with a bunch of questions and a bunch of problem-solving shit for people. We had plenty of examples for you this year of issues and problems and not getting plays in, and tons of issues for y'all to bring up in the interview process of figuring out who knows how to actually handle this team. Because you got to be honest of where this team is at, what the roster is, what the mentality is of all the young players that we have. We're in a place that rebuild isn't even a word. Restructure, retool, redesign, rebranding. We need everything. A bunch of us said this last offseason. Burn it to the ground, start all over again. Well, we got to do this now. And I am a true, firm believer in whatever coach comes in, outside of our special teams coach, outside of Bones, fire all the fucking coaches. Don't keep nobody around. These past few years have been mediocrity. These past few years, people have gotten complacent. These past few years, people have seen here regime change, GM change, coach change, GM change, coach change. What are you going to say that the last 3-4 motherfuckers ain't already said and failed at and walked out the door? We're a team. We're going to build this. Trust me. Trust the process. All of them said that. They're still not here. So what? You need a clean slate. You need everybody coaching staff out of there that has been there from the Vrabel days, because there's still some there that's from the Vrabel days. I know y'all don't want to hear that, but there's still some position coach from the Vrabel days. Then you need to get rid of everybody from the Callahan. Minus Bones. Keep Bones. Keep the special teams coach. Keep him. But you need to get this whole staff redone, retooled, new faces, new people need to come in, so you know when something's wrong, you don't mind calling it out, or you're not like, man, it's been like this for years, bro. Like, I know you want to come in here and change it, but man, it's just been like this for so long. And I tried. You know I've tried. We've all had that job where you have a new person come in that's gun-ho. Hey, man, we can fix this. Like, look, bro, I was you once before. I wanted to come in and fix this shit too. I tried, and I saw all the red tapes. I saw all the things we have to do. I saw how the players don't give a fuck, and how the franchise ain't taking care of people the right way, and or whatever it might be. Those are just speculation things. Those aren't true. Those are just scenarios. But we've all been in that position where the new guy comes in, and a person that's been there so long, seen everything's like, look, young buck, look, I know what you're trying. Your heart's in the right place, but look, I done tried and gave up hope on that. You will too one day too. You got to get all those people out the door. You got to get them out there. Like, you got to get out. Like, you got to restructure everything. We need a new start, and a bunch of people need to go somewhere else. All right. I appreciate y'all tuning in this episode. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. It truly helps. Put in the comments what y'all thoughts are, who y'all want to see as a new head coach. Some draft prospects y'all see moving forward, what position y'all want to see us go through. We're going to go dive into a lot of these moving forward. This fly don't want to leave me alone. We're going to go into the draft boards. We're going to go into the player positions, go into the players in each position, go to the top 10s for the positions. We're going to go through this coaching carousel and search with y'all, and we're going to keep you up to date. So let us know who you want to have as a coach, who some players you want to see us draft, what position, all that stuff. Stay in tune with us in the comments. It's really helpful, and we're going to engage back to you. We're going to have a dialogue back with you. So we appreciate you for tuning in, being here, patiently waiting, and supporting, and especially suffering through this Tennessee Titans season. All right, so make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. With that being said, make sure y'all tighten up. Peace.